Gar. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Weebthusiast.
So, Justice, how's it going, man? Long time no talk.
Yeah, hanging in there. We are still in the midst of 2020, which is an interesting year. But, I've been spending a lot of time indoors playing video games.
Oh yeah, man. Me too. It's the only thing that doesn't cost money right now, and that you can do. I guess it's the most social thing you can do without risking your life during a pandemic and California wildfires.
Yeah, most certainly. It's an interesting um, kind of stopgap for that social connection, is also being able to chat with your friends while still kind of engaging in this communal experience together.
Yeah, everybody's surviving the pandemic online. Uh, so, what kind of video games are you playing right now?
I've primarily been playing a game. It's not one I would have thought I've been playing too much before this pandemic started, but it's a little game called Destiny 2.
Oh,
I don't know if you've heard about it,
I may have
but
heard
I'm
about
happy
it.
to talk about it at arm's length. I've put in a considerable amount of hours into it over the last 6 months or so.
Oh, did you? Did you? Tell me about this Destiny 2.
So Destiny 2, again, I'm still fuzzy on a lot of details. I've got a lot of friends who have been playing it for years now, and I've just only been in recently. But I've never been one for MMOs, but this is an interesting twist on that. It's basically the guys who made Halo, after they weren't allowed to create any more games under the Halo intellectual property, the IP for it, kind of spun off their own franchise. And I guess Destiny 1 was tied up in all these weird lawsuits and connections. And so then they've even gone off to make a further derivative of Destiny 2, which is the game that they've mostly been kind of creating all this content for and been the main engine for Bungie, the company, a lot of their IP and a lot of what they've been doing over the last couple of years. So yeah, I've been immersing myself in that over the last few months.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah. So have I actually. Actually, I I just started playing Destiny 2 again. I took about 2 months off. I don't want to get into it, but I had a family emergency, and then I got the coronavirus. So it kind of fucked me. I was fucked for a long time.
Right.
And so I just started playing Destiny 2 again. I played it since launch. I never played Destiny 1. I played like maybe a few hours. I'm not too sure. I have to go on waste my time on Destiny and see how much it is. But I've played a lot of Destiny 2. I've gone through actually all the expansions. So I'm pretty much caught up with it. And once I found out that they extended the season by an extra month, I was like, you know what? I'll just take it slow. So once I got healthy again, I started playing Destiny 2 again. And yeah, it's just like the best way I can play with my friends right now. It's the best. It's actually the best free MMO right now, where I can play with more than more than 4 people on the map. So when I'm sheltering here, that's the best social experience I can get at the moment. But I think I'm enjoying it. How about you? Are you on New Light, or you have all the DLCs?
Yeah, so that was what was interesting about the free aspect of it. Was I'd had friends playing it for years. I'd seen it free recently. I think last season is when I picked it up and started playing for free, and put in a lot of time and kind of started to appreciate it a little bit more. And through that, once this season dropped, I was like, you know what? I'll get the season pass. Why not? So that extra month long to their season has been nice for me as a first time season pass getter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's pretty cool. I guess, over the last couple of years, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch, which has been a lot of my online interface with kind of other people. And it's not always fun. It's a little bit more team intensive. It can be toxic a lot more times. And so kind of to play this game that's a little bit more PvE focused than PvP, less of a sport and more of just kind of a free for all gun 'em and blast 'em kind of game. It's been a lot of fun, and especially kind of just the multi-layered dimensional aspect of it that they have is just, you know, you've got various kinds of PvE, PvP, PvPvE, you know, lots of mix-ups. And it's, you know, even just the free aspect of it, you get a lot of content for just kind of jumping in. And it even convinced me to get the, you know, last 2 seasons, and it'll probably get me to get Beyond Light coming out soon too. So
so you
it's kind of worth it.
So you bought the Forsaken and Shadowkeep DLC package, right? I think it's like $35.
I did.
Wow. Yeah, dude. One of my buddies, he lives in England, and of course I can't hang out with him, so I just played with Destiny 2 with him. I'm glad that his wife allowed him to get a PS4. So thank you, Taylor. So now we're just playing online, and I told him if he thinks he's gonna put a lot of time into Destiny 2, then he should get the DLCs because there's some pretty cool campaigns, especially Forsaken. I think Forsaken was the best comic expansion of Destiny 2. Shadowkeep was good, but Forsaken and all the DLCs in there, man, it was hella sick. And all the strikes and that Cade storyline. So yeah, man, like it's a really good game. I mean, I do talk a lot of shit about it. In my clan, we have a Facebook chat. And, you know, those guys have been playing Destiny 2 since Destiny 1, and I could feel their burnout, you know. They were saying to me how when I first started playing Destiny 2 with them, I was like, you know, that bright-eyed rabbit, you know, get ready to get going. And then they, of course, during Curse of Osiris and Warmind, they felt the burnout, or they just felt being burnt by Bungie. And for me, it was a totally new experience for me. So now 3 years into Destiny 2, I'm starting to feel the burnout because of this the recent, I guess, seasonal model and not getting anything new. Even though there are new activities, I do feel like there's a lot of reskin of certain things or of certain activities. So yeah, right now, like I'm trying to get my friend into it. He's all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you know I'm where my old climates were just like a little burnt. But it's a great game, man. I like the PvP. I like games where the PvPs time to kill, it's higher, like kind of just like Halo. So whenever I play the COD, I just couldn't get into COD, and I hate turning around a corner and getting assassinated by an 11-year-old. You know, at least with Destiny 2, you start getting shot at least you have a small chance of surviving. But yeah, I mean, I like the game. It's I wasted a lot of time on it and a lot of sleep. I'll just say there'd be times when I should be sleeping, but I'm up until 6 a.m. trying to grind for fucking goddamn weapon that just would never drop, man. I spent, when Warmind dropped, was the last DLC for Destiny 2 Year 1. I think I spent like a good, how long was it? I think I spent like a good month and a half playing Escalation Protocol, trying to grind for the freaking SMG, bro, and it just sucked. It was consistent grinding, trying to find a LFG or trying to find a random guy on the map, trying to convince to let your friend join his fire team so you can take over the fire team and have a 9-man group to do this freaking activity that would just take forever. And and of course there was a way to farm it, which saved a lot of time. But then if there was just one thing that went wrong, bro, and it's just like, man, you have to do the whole thing over again, which wasn't bad. And if you did that, I did that for a month and a half, just trying to get a fucking SMG that had no special roles. It was a static role SMG. I just wanted it, and once I got it, dude, it just felt like all those months were just like, was it worth it? Sure. I mean, health-wise, fuck no. I lost a lot of sleep. I could have been more well-rested for work, but the little boy in me who wanted that fucking SMG got it, and it was amazing. I got one in every element, dude, before they changed it. Where in Forsaken, they made all the I kill us weapons solar based, so you couldn't do extra damage with different kind of multipliers.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I hear a lot. I feel like is and it's strange coming into it so late because a lot of this is fresh through my eyes. Like I feel like I haven't even touched Warmind, but it's interesting because I'm just in there and it's all this fresh content for me. And I'm trying to do something on Mars now too. Like today, all this morning I spent just doing escalation protocols on Mars. And it was great because I had like 3 other things I needed to do on Mars. So it was great that I was just knocking out time there, killing shit on Mars. But it was getting the sleeper nodes. I think it's for sleeper. And then my buddy joins in and he's like, yeah, it sounds like, they fixed it. So it's not going to be as grindy as it used to be. And I'm still like, fuck, I'm barely getting anything for just kind of killing. I did 15 escalation protocols today and maybe got like 10 microchips from it or whatever. And it was just like, and this is now easier, 2 years into it, this is the easier way to do this now. So it's, I know I'm kind of spoiled, but it's so I'm still finding new stuff here and there, catalysts left and right, and just
Man, like, no, you are lucky, man. Like, I think back then, when escalation protocol
Today, Junior,
first came out, it was, I think it was like 10 or 20 light levels higher than the max light level. So not only did you have to be a certain light level to do it, but you had to be a certain light level to survive in it. And if you do the hardest version, or you keep progressing through the levels, then the light level gets higher and higher. So, obviously, gamers being gamers complained. And then Bungie gave in. I don't think they should have gave in, man. Like, I think the fact that it was so hard to do, it was so worth it when you got a weapon. But they made it easier, or to reduce the light level, so it was easier to do. But you still needed at least 7 people when you have a motley crew of random guardians. If you were, I don't know, like Cammy Cakes or something, who had a legit team, you could do it with, I think they did it with like 4 or 5 man within like a couple weeks. But these guys were like pro gamers, And for here, you had it was like 3 a.m., a bunch of random guys trying to do it, and girls. We had girls in the fire team too. But, we can talk about this later. When I hate it when, a girl joins the chat and then the entire team just breaks apart. Everybody becomes a player. But anyways, yeah, it just took so long to do it, man. You needed to get like a hunter in with a tether, and then you needed to get like somebody with a golden gun. And this is before we even had the Titan bubble or the freaking Ward of Dawn, Like it was just, we had the base up classes, and man, it just like took so long. I think, was the Whisper even out yet? I think, yeah, the Whisper was out when the Whisper, was still king. But yeah, man, you got lucky, dude. Like, I think they also reduced the amount of nodes you needed to open one of those like square music box or diamond music box.
Gotcha.
I gave up on those. I actually didn't finish those. I was just like, you know what? I got the Polaris Lance, best scout rifle in the game, best exotic scout rifle in the game, in my opinion. After I got that, man, I was like, you know what? I don't need to do anything else. I was like, fuck these nodes. I'm over it. I'm going to go do the next DLC thing, which was Forsaken stuff.
Yeah.
I like
Forsaken's a lot of fun. Forsaken, yeah, is a lot of fun.
So obviously, we're going to enter spoiler territory, but dude, how did you feel when they killed off Kate in Forsaken?
I mean, it was interesting just because, again, I'm a latecomer. I've never really had a relationship to Cade. I always thought he was funny Nathan Fillion. He's got a gun. But it was interesting, I guess, watching that cinematic. It was really well done. And I was just like, oh, surely they're not going to kill, funny Nathan Fillion. He's their, the face of this. And they took him out. And, it was, interesting. And I like that they did it. And it really sets the tone for what they plan to do going forward. And I think Bungie's overall objective for kind of what they wanted to do going forward, and even kind of the repercussions that we see now is the darkness is creeping in. So I mean, that is an undeniable fact in the Destiny universe right now.
Yeah, man, So did you play the Red War, the Destiny 2 base campaign?
Yeah, I played through that, and then I
Mhm.
played through Forsaken, and I think I played through Shadowkeep as well. I think so, because I just got nightmares and shit left to do now. But yeah,
Yeah,
so I
that's
think I
definitely
played through
Shadowkeep.
that.
Yeah,
Played through that.
so I know so I played pretty much all the DLCs, and even though I've only played like a couple of campaign missions here and there in the Destiny game, Destiny 1, um, I watched a lot of cutscenes and stuff because like when there were any random roles in year 1, there was a lot of downtime. So of course, like I watched a lot of Cade videos, and man, like I didn't think they were gonna kill off the character. You had, but but you actually, the voice actor for Cade was actually Nolan North for Forsaken.
Right.
So he
Yeah.
did. I think he did. I think it was like a contract dispute. I'm not too sure. I have to go back and check it. But I'm just surprised he killed off that character. And he's basically the same captain the same captain in Firefly. That he played.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm sad that they killed a character off. It was a good character. I know a lot of people want Cade. Was it Cade? Cade 7 to happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen. But did you do the exotic quest for the Ace of Spades?
I did, and I just finished up the catalyst for it. I think last week or so. So I'm very familiar with the Ace of Spades. It was nice getting that gun. Um, it's fun to use. I don't know. That is probably, I think, the thing that is kept keeping me coming back to Destiny is the exotic weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even the sound bites are the farewell letters that Cade does during the quest to get the Ace of Spades. I mean, there was some emotional stuff. I mean, I really love the character, so hearing Cade talk about his past and combining that with what I learned from the lore videos that My Name is Biff did, and it just made me really feel for the character. Like it just sucks. It felt like you lost a friend because I spent so much time playing this goddamn game and just seeing them kill him off.
Definitely. I mean, I think there was even a line in one of them where I think it was Cade's letter to Zavala, which was something like, I'm tired of getting worked over by you in chess, and I'm tired of working you over in poker. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, that's such a great characterization of Cade. Is kind of how that would play out.
Yeah, he's serious when he needs to. He does what needs to get done, but he's just a joker. I especially love all the live action trailers they did before the launch of Destiny 2. Those were fun. So it's yeah, I miss that character. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully the voice actor comes back. It'd be nice, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start killing off more characters,
Certainly. I know with the darkness coming in, it really seems like, our entire solar system could be at stake. I know I just finished today the quest, what was it, to get the Traveler's Choice? I forget what it is.
Traveler's Chosen?
Traveler's Chosen. That's what it is. I'm mixing it up with, I think, Outer Worlds.
Oh.
The Spacer's Choice. Spacer's
Choice. Which I think that game is free on Xbox
Game Pass. Most certainly it is.
Mm-hmm, it is.
It was a nice surprise finding that, and I think there was a big update for it recently, so I got to check out if there's any new content.
I think the DLC is coming out. Hold on, side note. Are you playing on Xbox or are you playing on PS4?
Xbox.
Oh, man. We could have played together, bro. We could have been friends. But I have an Xbox too, so.
Maybe next generation. But yeah, Xbox as well. But yeah, so I completed the Traveler's Chosen today, and it seems like Sloane, I feel like, is on the chopping block. I feel like she's gonna, try to take out the darkness, and it'll be a valiant effort, but it'll be like what's his face in Halo. Is it Halo Reach? Jorge, George, the big guy. Billy, it'll be all for naught. But we'll see. I guess with what is that one called again? Blinding Light. The new expansion.
Dying Light.
Dying Light? All right.
Wait, is it called Dying Light?
I don't think so.
Beyond Light. It's called Beyond Light.
Beyond Light.
Beyond Light. Dying Light is
Right.
a different video game.
Different video game.
All the games. Actually, I have a PS4, PC, and the Xbox. So I actually have Destiny on all my systems. But there's something about playing Destiny on Xbox. It's just hard for me to control. When I play it on PS4 or PC, it's pretty easy for me to adjust. But it's just something about Xbox. Just I couldn't like. It's hard for me to adjust to it. I don't know. Maybe it's the ADS speed or something like that, the field of view. But actually, the first PvP game, I played on Xbox. It was some guy actually sent me hate mail because I think I'm a decent PvP player. But when I got on the Xbox, I just couldn't control my character, right? And this guy just sent me hate mail, and he's like, "What do you say?" He was like, "Hey man, next time, how about try helping out your partner instead of just standing there and watching?" And I just wasn't having it, and so I didn't want to fight back. So I just wrote back, "Yo, bro, I'm sorry. I just bought an Xbox. I'm trying to learn the controls. My bad." And she just never messaged me back. But
yeah, no, it's just toxicity. It's just lashing out at somebody because of your own insecurity, and it's weird. I don't really like doing it or being a part of it or receiving it. But I know it's weird that some people really get off on it, and so I don't know how to judge that. But I like to. The only way I can describe it is I think like a couple years ago there was the NBA championships, and I think it was Cavs versus Warriors or something, and the Warriors were down, and it was just like LeBron came down with this monster dunk. And then Warriors got the ball, and it was just like a quick in and out. And then KD did just this most professional level, just kind of in and out, turn around, just jogging right back in. So I just really like that efficient, professional caliber behavior. I got it done. That's what I need to do. We're still behind. Let's keep getting ahead.
Yeah, hate mail, man. It is interesting. I mean, I will say this. I am guilty. I've never sent hate mail. I never sent hate mail. I just think it's too much time and effort to click through the PS4 messaging screen, go click, 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 click. But I have, I grew up in the Xbox age. I own an Xbox and played a lot of Halo. So I've said some things in the Xbox lobbies I have never been proud of.
I mean, sometimes you do just kind of get caught up in it defending yourself. I don't think I've ever sought it out. I've never personally found somebody to pick on and sent them a hateful message, but I've said some vile things to somebody who came at me.
Oh, I've never sent a message. There's too much time and effort. But during those lobbies, when it was just all open mic, I think they did that until, I think after Halo Reach, they stopped that, rightfully so. But, I've never sent hate mail. I've never been that kind of person. I've sent positive mail, be like, "Hey, yo, good job," or "Hey, yo, you almost had me. Good game." But I've never been like, "Oh yeah, you go suck a dick. You're an F word. You're a hacker. You get a life." It was like, what's the point of that, bro? It's like you're just taking your time out of your day to try to make somebody else's, night miserable. And
it's really strange. I know even in the past I've had experiences where somebody has sent me a hateful message, and then I've replied with a hateful message, and then they've sent me some sort of sad sack kind of, not even apologetic. It's like they sent me a message like, "Hey, you're an asshole," and I was like, "No, you're an asshole," and they're like, "Yeah, you're right, I am an asshole. I'll just go be an asshole somewhere else." And it's like, all right, cool. Why bring it up then? Why would you even try to be a dick if you were just immediately gonna turn around and not be a dick? It's very strange behavior.
I don't know. Maybe, obviously, people are dicks, and they will do dick things. Maybe sometimes somebody just wants some attention. Maybe they're like, "Yo, man, I need to get this guy's attention. Maybe he's cute. I need to see if I can neg him into sending me, a tuck-in pic or something." But I don't know. It's just like it's sometimes. I don't know, I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know. Maybe it could be a reflection on who you are and what you're doing, or your sense of mood during that day. But hate mail exists. I'm part of the Destiny 2 PS4 group, and a lot of people post their hate mail, and it's crazy. Like a lot of it happened. The worst is like, oh man, like the worst is like when you're a female gamer and the guys find out you're a female gamer and they'll send you some of the most fucked up hate mail, bro. Yeah. And I was seeing some stuff where like if you have to like princess or lady or your character's a female, I have people on the PS4 group who say stuff like, get raped, you're a bitch, you're a cunt, go back to the kitchen, girls don't play video games. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, leave this person alone. You don't have to go all that hard.
It's pretty strange too. Like I've never really been one to play too many MMOs or play too many things where I would kind of need to be online interfacing with random people all over the world. Like maybe at most I would play Call of Duty, as a teenager and do like Nazi zombies where like at most it was 4 people on a team. And even then when I would really play with like mics, it was like I knew 1 or 2 of the people or something. But this just like, having to be like in a raid or in a dungeon or something, or like just having to be a coordinated group of, just individuals that could be all over the planet. And just kind of having them all have to communicate and get together. And it's like, it's funny that you mentioned your friend in England playing a lot of Destiny 2. I feel like I've been playing with so many English people, like just kind of randomly connecting with. And it's just, there's that weird horror element to it where it is this really misogynistic toxicity thing, or even just weird alpha bro kind of behavior towards each other. But then it's even just kind of weird sometimes where even kind of neutral interactions with another person is like, it's not great. Like, it's just like, yeah, that guy was kind of out there. I wouldn't call him creepy, but he was just kind of, seemed a little out there, but I guess that's okay. I guess that's I guess that's an overall positive experience, is that these random individuals I played with made like just a few too many weird innuendo jokes, or just like had like some weird stuff going on in the background. Like there's the baby crying the whole time. And it's like, well, okay, the guy was nice enough, but his baby didn't shut up. So it's just like, it's weird that, those are positive experiences just because of human behavior being just such a toxic element sometimes in these random interactions.
Yeah. I've had a lot of positive and a lot of negative experience working with random fire teams. Like some good positive experiences. Like I've made a lot of really good friends from around the world.
Definitely.
I've kept in touch with some friends I haven't talked to in a long time, but we mainly play Destiny together. It's just like, it's kind of cool to like meet random people on LFG and then do an event and just like, it's like a weird, it's like, like you're playing Super Mario and then Mario grabs a flag and he puts his hands up and it's a victory. It's like that, but like doing a raid with 6 people is like all you guys are able to grab that flag and put your hands up, and it's good fun. And also the negative side is like I've seen like, I'm a really sociable guy, so I meet all these people and I'll try to put all these random players together and try to create a fire team, especially like during Iron Banner. And I've learned that that's usually not the best idea, because if you don't pick and choose who's in the group and you just leave it open and people just join you, it can implode real fast. One time, I have nothing against these people whose story I'm about to tell. I'm sure they're never going to see it, but I had this one player, we'll just call him Chance. We'll call him Chance. Chance, he says everything on his mind, and sometimes his words, I think he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's always been nice, but he at times will use the wrong words, and that can trigger certain people if you're not respecting the certain boundaries. And we were playing Iron Banner, and then my other friend, I'll call him Actor. So Chance and Actor are in this 6-man fire team in Iron Banner. Chance gets a kill and say, suck my dick, you bunch of F words. And then of course actor, he's gay. He takes offense to this. He's like, hey, I don't appreciate you saying the word. Can you not say it? Of course, when you tell Chance to not do something, he's gonna do it. It happens again, and this whole fire team just explodes, man. And everybody, it just gets super awkward. Chance just goes off in the fire in the lobby, or not lobby, sorry, in the group chat. And so you're trying to play this video game, and then I have to try to mediate this because I could put this whole team together. And I'm like, hey man, calm down. And then the guy, actor is like, no, he said the F word, and I told him not to say it. Obviously, I know actor was right. Like, if somebody tells you to stop doing something, you have to stop. It, no matter what, you're in the social community. If it makes somebody feel uncomfortable, you kind of have to stop. But Chance wasn't backing down, so it implodes. And then actor left the group, and then what kind of sucks is that the guys who stayed in the chat, they're all like, oh, what's this fairy crying about? He's just a word. And it just made me kind of sad, man. It was like, and it's just like, come on, you gotta respect him and his choices. You can't, if somebody feels uncomfortable, you gotta stop. And I think that kind of affected my relationship with both the guys, because I don't really play an actor too much, but we're still friends. And I haven't really seen Chance for a while. We played a few times here or there after the incident, but I haven't seen him before after. I haven't seen him in the last year. So that's some of the, I guess, horror stories of playing with other people. Or another one that isn't too long is just basically playing with somebody without a mic and trying to do a raid. Trying to do a raid with somebody without a mic, no webcam, so you don't know what they're saying. And they're only communicating by message. There's nothing worse than having somebody send a group message because they don't have a mic and just popping over your screen, taking out your radar, just getting out your field of view, and it just blows. Like, hey, if you're gonna be playing a raid, highly suggest you get a mic or some better form of communication than freaking sending a message where it would just blow up on your screen. Get a Discord. Because you don't need a mic. You don't even need to talk to finish raid. There's the I guess 5 or 6 deaf people who just did a whole raid,
right,
using emotes and sign language, which is it's pretty crazy. If I can find a video clip, I'll post it up. But yeah, not to bring this whole conversation down, but there, positive and negatives about working with 6 people.
No, are you asking me about positives and negatives? Or?
Yeah, sorry, I was just telling you.
Okay.
I was just saying that just like positive, negatives of working with 6 people. But yeah, it's still a lot of fun, Like, you got any funny raid stories?
Nothing too much. I mean, I've only done a handful here and there, but it was like I had one experience, a few months ago where it was one of my buddies invited me to one of his buddies' raids, and it was like this weird tangential thing, and then my friend ended up having to drop out. His internet didn't work, so I ended up raiding with these random people for pretty much most of the day. And I think we did 3 raids together, and it was a pretty interesting experience. And it was, just, that was a good experience. No one was overly creepy. It was, there were a lot of, female gamers in the chat, and it was, nice that no one was toxic or targeting them, or, even the most senior member of the group was like this, I can't even remember her name, something Pikachu, but she'd done this raid, she'd done the Last Wish 30 times or something. Yeah, she was awesome. And so, yeah, that was, a lot of fun. And those were just, people I had no connection to, but they walked me through it. I got a little tilted here and there, but, I was able to walk through it, take a couple deep breaths and get through the rest of the Last Wish. But outside of that, no, just, yeah, nothing too good. Just,
yeah.
It's you just need that mic. It's a coordinated effort. If you're not bringing your mic, why are you playing a raid? There's so much other content in the game. I've been that guy who's my mic hasn't been working, and I've made it work where I just had the audio of the team. I wasn't like, verbally communicating, but I was just like trying my best to make it known that I like could hear everybody and was just doing whatever was like directed of me. And so I guess that's all I can say is if you don't have a mic for some of this online content, then, make instant messenger your best friend. Get a Discord. Figure out some sort of messenger. Make it happen.
Yeah. Whenever my headphones aren't working, I just use my gym headphones because it, just put the audio cord in. It has a mic in the headphones. I mean, it's not gonna be glamorous, but it works. And to go back to what you were talking about when you're playing with female gamers, one of my pet peeves is when you're playing a video game with like a female, and then you get one person comes in the chat or finds out that she's a female. This is nothing on the female player. The guys, for some reason, the guys they become like players. The entire dynamic of the team would change. People like the guys would use like into windows or just try to hit on the female player. And I'm just like, man, dude, I'm just trying to do a raid, man. Let's just get this finished. I don't want to hear about how sly you are, like it's like everybody took a page out of the pickup artist. I mean, I still like playing with female players, and like I said, there's nothing against them. It's just like sometimes guys be acting a fool, man, in these freaking lobbies.
Yeah, it's weird. And then I don't know, it's weird being someone who's kind of getting older on the internet, and just like a friend and I today were just trying to do some Trials of Osiris, and we matched up with like a 12-year-old or something, and it's just kind of like, yeah, kid, we're not really here to be your babysitter. We're just trying to get through this. I don't want to walk you through this campaign and that campaign or whatever. Nice enough experience overall, but it was still just interesting being like, the older I get, being like, oh yeah, there's more and more 12-year-olds on the internet every year. That's what it's like with 12-year-olds on the internet. I get older, but they stay the same age.
Oh man, yeah, man. 12-year-olds on the internet. My brother, he's 13, and he plays Destiny here and there, but his main game is Siege. But he's better at PvP than me, and he's using like blue weapons just because he does have a lot of highlight armor, and he's like slaying in PvP. I don't know, maybe kids these days are just built for video games. My friends say it's because like kids now have like a better form of ADHD where they can like be distracted on multiple things and focus at the same time. I mean, I don't know, but like
maybe they're just more used to looking at like digital inputs, like where a lot of our even public school learning was still like textbooks and chalkboards, and even today, especially now, where it's just they're spending a lot more time looking at screens just across the board, and even interfacing with their iPhones, and just like getting more used to how pixels look and how used to like changing pixels look, that maybe they're just, plus also Twitch reflexes on a 13-year-old are going to be
yeah.
But still, overall, I feel like the point I'm trying to make is like maybe just more of a culture around observing virtual worlds and digital interfaces is kind of also seeping in somehow.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because like I mean, I grew up playing video games.
Yeah, me too.
But the video games were just like, they were just different. They weren't like what they are now. They're a lot more social.
We had crappier TVs, crappier monitors,
TVs,
smaller pixel or fewer pixels.
Fewer pixels, yes. Also, if you guys haven't seen the show, was it High Score? Is this called High Score or Game Over or something? It's on Netflix. It's a documentary about video games. I've gone through 2 episodes, and they talked about Atari and Space Invaders, and then they transitioned to the Super Nintendo. And in the 3rd episode, I haven't seen it yet, but I saw pictures of the PlayStation. So you guys like video games or the history of it, check it out. But yeah, video games came a long way, and like these kids are just adapting so much faster to it, man. Like they're playing Fortnite on their phones. Like I remember my phone only had Snake or Tetris.
Yeah.
And it didn't even have color. It barely even had minutes. It had 750 minutes a month.
Yeah.
And it had like 60 text messages or something. And nowadays, phones, You don't even need internet. You just need, or you don't even need data. You just need Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Play anything. All right, I need to hit the bathroom.
Okay, hit the bathroom.